Hello ladies and gentlemen, MD Fashion Co. Collectibles here, and today I'm going to be doing an in-depth discussion on why the dock is not good and what we can do to make the dock better. But first, roll the intro. He had a dream to play Aliens Fireteam. He collects themes. He's got high self-esteem. He's credible. He's unforgettable. He's commendable. He's MD Fashion Co. Collectibles. Okay. Now first, let's get some fundamentals about Aliens Fireteam at the higher levels of play, extreme and above. Let's get some fundamentals down. This is a game with 3 players, and 2 of those players need to be doing the highest damage possible. And one of those players, most of the time, should be doing a CC or a stun. We're talking about the Demolisher and Technician. Technician with his grenades, where he sticks to the large Xenos, or the Demolisher with his rockets and his ground pound. Okay? Now, why doesn't the dock fit into either of those categories? Well, it doesn't have any, or it has very little stun or crowd control. I'll call it CC from now on. CC means crowd control, which means the ability to stop enemies in their tracks, like the Demolisher's flip. It doesn't have any of that, and it does not have the damage to compete with the gunner. And when you have a team of 3, and especially in the higher difficulties, like this extreme gameplay here, you don't have the room to have any stragglers. You need everybody to be doing the most damage they possibly can, playing at their best, but also CCing what needs to be CC'd. And the fact of the matter is, I think the jury's still out on which is better at CCing, the Demolisher or the Technician. However, I think the Technician has just won, but the Technician needs to be pro and stick those stun grenades to the big aliens. So I think the Technician is better, but if the dock doesn't compete on either of those levels, damage or crowd control, then it doesn't matter. It just isn't going to be better than the options. And I understand this is a game of firepower. You have to understand that. So damage is the currency here. So if, for example, the gunner could do more damage, then there would just be 3 gunners. We would all just play the class with the highest. We would all play the class with the highest damage, because then we could just kill things the fastest. And we're going to talk about the dock being a medic, right? The best prevention, the best cure is prevention, right? So you don't have to heal anyone from in this game if you can just kill every Xeno before it touches you. And that's what the 2 damage, 1 stun team comp does. It allows 2 gunners and one person to stop the aliens coming close to you, and then 2 people to kill them. Now, if 3 gunners is a legitimate strategy, because you could just kill everything, right? But that just depends on the damage of the gunner. As it currently stands, I think the gunner has the most damage. But this is not about the gunner. This is about the dock. So he doesn't contribute to CC or damage in a way that's better than other classes. It's that simple. And CC and damage is the name of the game. Damage is more important than CC, though, too. So how can we fix the dock? I would say you would have to either make him compete on these levels, 2 damage or 1 stun. So you need to give him CC, or you need to give him higher damage. So you could do that with new guns, I think. You could have a dock class with a set of medic guns, which they don't heal per se, but they do more damage based on the health of other people or something like that can't be manipulated. I know that's difficult, but we might just have to face the fact that this is not a game that's designed to be good with a medic. It's a game of firepower. And fair enough, in the film Aliens, it's not really about having a medic. It's about surviving and firepower, for sure. So it's true to the source material in that sense. Or you could keep the dock as he is. Here's another option. You could keep the dock as he is and use his speed buff, right, as his main draw. And then introduce new missions where speed is essential. But that's going to be a difficult thing to do because CC also contributes to speed. So, because the enemies are coming towards you, so you can slow them or stun them and get them out of the way. A perfect example is the third mission in the game, Episode 1, third mission, where you're running back to the dropship. I've tried using a dock in that situation, but it's way better to just use a demo, because once the warrior gets close, you just stun it, you just push it back, and it ain't a thing at all. So another way the speed could be useful is in speed runs and things like that. So if you're speed running through a new map, because none of these real maps that we use now actually have speed as a problem. Speed is not a problem at all. The bigger problem is having enough firepower to hold out or push through a bunch of enemies, because the dock doesn't have that. And so yeah, they would need new missions that require speed or new guns. But as it stands right now, it's looking fairly dire for the dock. I mean, you have to put him in there just because that's a class that people like to play, and I'm not dissing on people who like to play it. But at the end of the day, I'm about playing extreme and higher, right? I'm about being the best Aliens Fireteam player here. And when it comes to that, you have to play the best. So I play the best gun, as you can see here, play the best perks, and play the best team comp, which is 2 damage, 1 stun. And if you can't fit, if your class cannot fit into the best of damage or stun, then it's over for you, honestly, because you have to make that argument when playing at the highest level. You have to constantly make that argument. Does this compete with the best in its class? And you could say, oh no, but this is a new class, it's healing. Well, I'm sorry to say, we don't need healing. At the highest level of this game, if someone gets below 50%, they will actually kill the person and then revive them so they get 50% health back. That's the healing. And that's just a game mechanic as it is. So what do you guys think? Put your comments below. How could we make the dock better? Could the dock even be better? Is it a wrap for the dock? I think as the game is panned out now, the strategy is to have that team comp of 2 damage and 1 stun. And you need to compete when you're with the stun, you have to compete with the demolisher and the technician. If you're talking about damage, you have to compete with the gunner. I don't see how they can do that. And that's all. And that's just what it is. So let me know down below. Discord below for all the pro Aliens Fireteam players, and the Steam group below for all the pro Fireteam players. Watch us get absolutely destroyed by this warrior because I'm playing 2 demolishers. Oh no. We're playing 2 demolishers and 1 gunner. And so now what can he do? What can this demolisher do? He cannot do anything. But he's a great player though. Anyway, I'll see y'all boys later, and roll the outro.
Oh, y'all turn up right now.
If you join the Patreon for $2.50 a month, you get a shout out on the videos and get to go to the Discord channel with the pros. Boys can't comment in or can't chat in unless they part of the Patreon thing. So look down below for the link and tell me what you think, boy.